I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun. I'm actually having a lot of fun. And do you want to know why I'm having so much fun right now? It's because the Pittsburgh Steelers won. Winning is fun. And it's good to say the Pittsburgh Steelers won. All jokes aside, the Steelers needed to win this game against the Baltimore Ravens, and thank fucking Christ they did.
Yeah, they did. After a whole week of criticism from a lot of people, us included, they went back home into Hines against a big divisional rival, their greatest rival of all time. And Ben's last home game versus the Ravens, they came out with a dub. It may not have been convincing, it may not have been pretty, but it was a fucking dub at the end of the day. And I'll take it.
Oh, when it comes to the Ravens and Steelers, of course I'm going to take it. Coming to this game, we all knew it was going to be difficult. It was going to be a battle. It was a tight game in all four quarters.
I'll say this. I didn't think it would be a typical Ravens-Steelers game going into it. I'm not going to lie. I had no expectations in this game.
Oh, neither did I.
I didn't get my hopes high. So when the Steelers did what they did, yeah, I got a little excited.
Neither did I, but I expected this game to be very difficult, as it always is.
And, of course, as always, I go in with zero expectations, and then the Steelers have a lead, and then they almost rip my fucking heart out. Because they give me
a heart attack.
Something to be proud of when they get that fucking lead. And then once the Ravens march down the field, 2-minute offense, they almost make me want to just bang my head against a wall.
A brick wall.
Or something.
Basically. It's what the Steelers do week in, week out. It's what they always do. It's something that all of us should be freaking used to, but week in and week out, we're not. Basically, we're not.
I'm proud of this win.
I really am, yes.
Because the team needed a win.
This team needed to get this win.
This is a big time of the season. They needed to get a fucking win, man. They really did. And, again, it may not have been in great fashion, but they got it done.
Yeah.
They got it done. That's all I can ask for at the end of the day at this part of the season.
Absolutely. Going to this game, we did not expect much, obviously. And at the time, could you honestly blame us with how the team was looking? After tying with the Lions, losing to the Chargers.
And then getting blown out by the Bengals.
Could you honestly blame us for not having many expectations or thinking the team wasn't going to win? I said in the preview, we're now winning. But maybe I should just go on and say that in every preview now.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year I said it against the Colts, and they beat the Colts at Heinz Field. So maybe I should say that against the Vikings game coming up.
It's becoming a common thing.
Yeah, we're going to lose to the Vikings. Automatic W.
It's a typical Steelers thing that's becoming very reoccurring. That they just do this type of shit. And it's an odd drug, but hey, we got the dub, right? We got the dub earlier today. The Steelers win 20-19 against the Baltimore Ravens. Ben's last home victory against the Ravens, man. And it was a damn good performance from Ben. I ain't going to lie.
No, it was. It really was.
By the numbers, by the way he played, his decisions, his throws, man.
It was definitely one of his best games this season. Honestly.
Great way to go out versus the Ravens, man.
At home.
At home, specifically, because we have them next year. We have them towards the end of the season. So this is only part one of the Steelers-Ravens battle. Part two is going to be a lot more important based on the division, I'm sure, playoff implications. This is part one. So imagine what part two is going to be.
Yeah, I felt like this was a little sample.
Yeah.
This was a sample, and like, if this is a sample, then what the hell's the freaking main course?
But, of course, although we got a win, and I'm proud of it, I'm very happy we got the win. I'm not going to try to do anything to water it down because this is what the Steelers needed to do, and they damn sure went into Heinz Field at home and got a win against the divisional rival. Of course, though, I'm not going to let it blind me from the fact that this team still has recurring issues.
Yeah, it does.
Because in this game, specifically in the fourth quarter, the offense finally decided to wake up. I don't know why this offense continues to just only be awake for 15 minutes of the game. I don't know why this offense continues to just only want to play in the fourth quarter. But hey, at the end of the day, it's better late than never.
I suppose.
At this point of the season, it's better late than never. Deontay Johnson, man, had a phenomenal game. 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, including the game winner.
He should have had 3. And a beautiful pass by Ben Roethlisberger. I honestly say it was probably his most beautiful pass this season.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate it doesn't count because Johnson dropped it, in which I got to say I was heartbroken by that.
It was one of his rare drops this season.
I was really heartbroken by that pass, but Johnson used that mistake and didn't drop a single pass for the rest of the game.
Yes.
He caught 2 other touchdown passes. Came up big. Johnson is a star. Honestly.
Johnson is a number 1, man. If you don't believe it, then you should believe it now. He is a number 1 receiver. He is just growing week by week. He's having a very quiet season. This man's about to hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he is.
If he gets 100 yards come Thursday versus the Vikings, plus we have how many games left in the season. So he doesn't even have to get the 100 this Thursday to get 1,000. He has many games to do it. But if he were to get 100 this upcoming Thursday versus the Vikings, he would exceed his first 1,000-yard season. It's crazy because last year he should have had it as well if he didn't have so many drops.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This year, though, that has been a rare occurrence. We saw one of those today, but he's having a very quiet season. When I mean quiet season, I mean the fact that no one's talking about him. He's having a damn good season. Shout to Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's proven that he is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL.
Our leading receiver today, 8 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Both of them came in the fourth quarter.
Came up big. Came up when we need him the most.
And as Icy Rhodes with a $4.99 super chat says, Deontay Johnson needs to be number 1 receiver next season. Also, it just came to me, we beat the number 1 team in the seed.
In the AFC,
I
you're
forgot.
correct.
See, because the AFC is so wide open, I totally forgot that they were even number 1. I didn't even know who number 1 was. You're right.
It was Baltimore. It was. Now it's New England. And New England, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But stay away from number 1, New England. We had a good year of you not in the playoffs.
Yeah, just when we start getting comfortable with you not rolling the AFC, don't just knock it off.
Kansas City, you can take that number 1 as long as it's not New England.
But yeah, Deontay Johnson, man, just phenomenal game today.
Definitely. Stepped up big time.
He wasn't the only receiver stepped up. Frymuth. Statistically, he didn't do too much, but he got third down conversions. He got that 2-point conversion after Deontay scored that game-winning touchdown, man.
Yeah, I'll say the same for Chase Claypool. Statistically, he only had like 2 catches for 52 yards, but
a 40-yard catch and run down the middle of the field, up the sideline.
In the fourth quarter, came up big. He came up big right there.
Real big.
Real big.
So,
really.
Again, I don't know why this offense only decides to play in the fourth quarter, but again, late than never. Better late than never.
And the defense.
I would love them to continue to just play all 60 minutes, because imagine what this offense can do if they play like that all fucking game.
Yeah.
But
and same with the defense. The defense in the first half, they had their moments, especially on the opening drive touchdown. Opening drive
turnover.
Yeah, basically.
Because
from the Ravens. The Ravens opening drive. Minka Fitzpatrick got his second interception.
Yeah, the Ravens were in the red zone, and Watt got the pressure, I believe. We got a lot of pressure on Lamar today. But
yeah, I think we got how many sacks?
7 sacks on Lamar. That correct me if I'm wrong. That might be a season high from the team. 7 sacks in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're correct on that.
But 7 sacks today. 3 was it? Let me get the stats so I'm not misspoken here.
Yeah, go ahead.
3.5 sacks from T.J. Watt today. 3.5. He didn't practice all week.
Now, here's the thing about T.J. Watt. He had 3.5 sacks in this game, 3 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. He got taken off the COVID list yesterday morning.
Just yesterday.
The guy hardly practiced in training camp because of the contract situation.
3.5 sacks today against the divisional rival, and, of course, he was the one that allowed pressure on Lamar on that 2-point conversion, which would have won them the game.
And this is what T.J. Watt is. This type of player he is, man. And with this game, he has tied James Harrison with the most sacks in a single season in Steelers history with 16.
Wow.
He has tied James Harrison.
How great to do it against the Ravens. That's fucking phenomenal.
Dude,
he might hit 20.
He just might.
Didn't he miss like 2 games this year?
2.5.
2.5 games.
He leads the NFL right now in sacks with 16.
Bro, that just blew my mind. The best edge rusher in the National Football League.
And I don't give a fuck. I do not give a flying fuck. Defensive Player of the Year. I don't care what anyone says. You can say Myles Garrett. You can say Trevon Diggs. I don't give a fuck.
Trevon Diggs? Why? Because he has 9 interceptions?
I don't give a fuck, man. The type of player T.J. Watt is, the type of impact this guy has every single week, pretty much every single snap.
And
this guy's immortal.
He is. He wasn't the only one who had multiple sacks this game.
No, it wasn't the only one that had a great game. Chris Wormley, a former Baltimore Raven himself.
2.5 sacks today from the former Raven, and I guess it was a revenge game for him. He stepped up, man. And, of course, Cameron Hayward got a sack as well. So that's a combined 7 sacks. Correct me if I'm wrong. That might be a single-season high currently right now for the Steelers.
Yeah. Defense overall, they started off iffy. They really did. They couldn't really stop the run early on, but they definitely stepped up in the second half. They played a lot better. But and at near the end of the game, they almost gave us a heart attack.
Because I'm not going to lie. You can say what you want. Credit to TJ Watt for sure for delaying the pass.
Yeah.
And forcing Lamar to completely miss Mark Andrews, who was open. I think we almost got lucky, man. You could say we did get lucky on that 2-point because he was open.
He was open, and he definitely could have fought for. He could have fought for that conversion.
Speaking of open, how many receivers do we leave open on third downs? That's my only gripe with the defense right now in this game. Third down defense was horrific.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Defense. Oh, excuse me, I just hit the mic. My bad. Defense overall did good, but yeah, the third down defense has got to get better.
Yeah, because I'll give the defense this. The amount of times they were on the field due to the lack of time possession from the Steelers offense, especially in the first half. I think in the first half they had, 5 minutes of total time possession offensively? That's horrific.
And the defense allowed a 99-yard touchdown drive over 10 minutes that the Ravens took up.
But at the end of the day, despite the time of possession difference, the defense only allowed 19 points. But, of course, there were – and they got to Lamar for sure. There were still some flaws, though. They did almost give the game up, and they allowed a lot of third down conversions. But outside of that, defense, they gave Lamar another tough challenge, which, I mean, there's a few teams where Lamar does that, and the Steelers are one of them, man. So.
And it's crazy, too, because going into this game, we didn't know if Watt was going to be playing because he was on the COVID list. He had COVID.
Right.
And there was rumors of Hayward potentially not playing in this game because he was out of practice Friday with an illness. And we obviously all speculated COVID, although he was never on the COVID list.
Right.
And I figured if he didn't have COVID, if he wasn't going to be on the COVID list, he was going to play in general. That's the type of player Cameron Hayward is. Doesn't matter if he's hurt, sick, whatever. The guy's going to go out there and play, especially in a big game like this.
Yeah, of course.
The guy's a leader. The guy went out there and had a good game. A sack, came up big, stopped the run. Real good. That's the type of player Cameron Hayward is.
Of course, that's why I'm wearing his jersey, man. He's one of the few Pittsburgh Steelers that embody the traditional Steelers culture that, has been talked about all week.
Yes, it has.
But
and after everything that happened this week with Claypool suggesting music in practice and former players coming out with their disappointment, and Rocky Bleier saying that the Steelers suck, and the media pretty much criticizing them, us included. We all the majority of Steeler Nation criticized this team.
And this all ties into the fact where the Steelers took all this criticism. They went back home against their greatest rival and got a fucking dub when they needed to. And that alone, despite what you want to say, how the offense only is awake for 15 minutes in the fourth quarter, how the defense allowed third down conversions and all this and that, right? They got the fucking dub. And at this point in the season, man, I'll take it.
I mean, they had to, because if they didn't get this win, they were never going to hear the end from it from anybody.
No.
At all. If they lost this game, you could pretty much say season over, because from that point, they would have to win out the rest of their games.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
I feel like they still have to.
Technically, they still kind of.
Yeah.
They kind of do. Because, the schedule doesn't get any easier, obviously. We still have one of the toughest remaining schedules in the league. I think we're second right now.
Yeah, we do.
In that realm. And we're on a short week this week against the Vikings. We got to travel to Minnesota. And say what you want about Minnesota. They gave the Lions their first win of the season. They gave Jared Goff his first win without Sean McVay as a head coach. Yes, they have a tough struggle of closing games. But that offense still terrifies the shit out of me, man.
No, it definitely does. With the injuries that they sustained, Dalvin Cook's out. I think Phelan was out with an injury in that game.
Yeah.
They still got guys that can step up and everything. So I wouldn't underestimate the Vikings, although they gave the Lions their first win.
But I will say, seeing how this team, even especially against the Chargers today, against the Ravens, how they woke up in the fourth, and knowing how the Vikings can't close games, we might have a shot come Thursday.
Honestly, yes.
Despite it being a short week and we have to travel all the way to Minnesota.
Yeah. But the Steelers in this game, they stepped up. especially in the fourth quarter. They did show heart because that's what they needed to do. They showed care. They did a lot in this game. And I'm proud of this team. I am.
Ben said in the postgame there were a lot of guys that showed heart.
I'm proud that they shut a lot of people up, us included.
But can they keep it going?
That's the thing. That's the question. I'm glad they won, but consistency.
But because we keep saying, like, and we said it in years past, is this the game where this is a momentum changer? This is a motivation booster. This is a locker room morale booster. This is
the wake-up call.
The turn of the tide, right? Can they do that? Can they show us that? Like,
especially with what came out yesterday with Big Ben.
Right. Because
him quietly telling his teammates and coaches that this is going to be his final season with the Steelers.
Maybe that report was exactly what the locker room needed, because they're like,
I like to think that. I really do.
Because they're like, wow, man, this is it. Like, that man, the man I played with for how many years, the man I grew up watching, the man I have the honor of catching footballs from getting the ball handed to me, the man I have the honor of blocking, all this stuff, right?
The privilege to play with.
And I'm not trying to put Ben on this big-ass pedestal, but still, when Ben put that out, now Ben himself didn't put it out. Schefter reported that he told coaches and players and all this, right, that this will probably be his last year as a Steeler, or probably in the NFL in general, as it should be. But that itself might be the booster, because, this is it for Ben. So and they're going to want to go out with a bang, whether they make the playoffs or not. Go out with a fucking bang, because this is it. In my opinion, man, the only thing this season has left for me right now, they could change my mind. Hopefully they do, fingers crossed. But as of right now, the only thing that this season has left for me is that it is the last of Ben Roethlisberger. This is the last we're going to see of the legendary career of number 7.
That's why I'm wearing his jersey in the live stream right now.
I'm trying not to get emotional, bro. Like, real shit.
I mean,
this is the end, man.
With how Ben's been playing, I mean, it's obvious Father Time caught up to him. The guy wanted to come back. He's playing like this, but it's just clear Father Time finally caught up with Big Ben. But say what you want about him this season and everything, he hasn't really been great. He hasn't really been the prime Ben of old. But
of course not.
That's Ben Roethlisberger. He is Ben Roethlisberger. He's the fucking quarterback for the Steelers for over 18 years, man. And this is the last ride.
And this was his last victory, home victory versus the Ravens. And what fashion to do it.
This is his final tour.
And a classic Steelers-Ravens finish. Down to the wire. Close. Last play, right? All this stuff, man, down the wire. It's a typical Steelers-Ravens battle. Typical Steelers-Ravens finish. It was a classic finish, man. It's one I'll never forget.
No,
because
definitely.
Holy shit. We was at work watching this. And, wow. That fourth quarter, man, the mood changed. Emotions got high on both sides of the ball. When defense allowed third down conversions, when Johnson got the touchdown, when Muth ran over that one defender, everything, bro. Emotions were high.
Very high.
Like
I try not to get my hopes up, like I said, but it's like at the same time, it's like, bro, we need a win. I want this team to win.
And it's versus the fucking Ravens. Like, you always want to beat the fucking Ravens.
Of course.
So, yeah.
A division rival after what happened last week.
Emotions were high, and I'm proud they got the win.
They needed to. They really did.
I'm not going to say they proved us wrong, because it's just one win as of now.
Yeah.
Can they keep it up? Can they be consistent? Is this the wake-up call, quote-unquote, like we've been saying for how many weeks, how many years now? Because this is a win that should motivate you to continue to build on this and continue to make a run for the playoffs. I think currently right now we're in the hunt.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah.
So we gotta, if you want to make the playoffs, man, you got to build on this and keep winning.
It was a good win, but they got to feed off of this. They got to let this momentum, this win, bleed into Thursday night against Minnesota and remain consistent. If they can do that, then I'd be more optimistic.
Right.
I would.
I'm not going to say this is the wake-up call, because I've said it for how many weeks and how many years on end, right? Especially last year. But I just hope this team just builds on this, man.
They need to.
Yeah, I don't want to say nothing yet and get my hopes up like I had before. I'm just going to wait it out. I'm going to see what this team does and see if they impress. They did in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because I don't want this team to have a great win here against a division rival, then go to Thursday night on the road against Minnesota and play very poorly, like against the Bengals.
Right.
Like, I don't want a similar, like, Chargers game where they showed heart and then the Bengals where we showed no
Just
heart.
collapsed, right.
Where we didn't show any effort. Like, I want them to continue to show effort. I want them to continue to show heart and care.
Fingers crossed, man.
I really do.
I think that Ben news, I will say this about the team and the locker room. I think that Ben news really woke him up. Because this is it. And if we do make the playoffs, man, which obviously I hope, just because, you know, it's for Ben, it's his last run, right?
Yeah, because you don't want him to go out on a bad note. I mean, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Think of him how you will.
A potential, definitely a potential first ballot Hall of Famer.
Right.
Think of him how you will this season. Still don't want a guy like him going out on a bad note.
Very, very poorly. No, that'd be a bad taste in our mouths. Moses with a $5 super chat. I'm just now getting to this. I apologize. He said, we need this win because we need to make the playoffs. Exactly, Moses. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Let's see. Tyler Marine with a $9.99 super chat says, I was there at the game, and I was the one that tweeted at you from Fellowship of the Podcast, just in case you guys forgot, LOL. I was wondering, man. And, yes, I followed you on Twitter, so shout out to you, man.
Definitely.
You and your brother, man, hope you guys had a great time. Enjoyed the game. I'm sure Heinz is crazy. I can't wait to go to Heinz in 2 weeks.
Yeah, really.
Like, the next time.
I can't wait.
The next time the Steelers will play at Heinz Field, we will be there for the Titans game. And anyone that's in the chat that was at the game, I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. What an experience. Steelers-Ravens football. And what a way to fucking win.
What a great way, man. Absolutely. Excuse me.
Just wow, man.
This is an insane game, man. I'm glad you had fun. I'm sure it was fucking bonkers there. I can't wait to experience that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's Aiden Too Cool says John LeGlue did hell of a job today. He was a practice squad player that got signed and stepped in when Finney got hurt and played his ass off. He did. He was a guy we, I think, just recently picked up. Or maybe he was...
I think we promoted
him
to the 53-man roster. Yeah,
right.
When Finney went down, I was like, great, there goes our line because our line's already bruised up.
Right, and then LeGlue came in, and he cleared some lanes, him and Dan Moore both.
Yeah, honestly, like, credit to LeGlue.
Because, yeah, shout out to Deontay Johnson, shout out to Ben, shout out to Muth. Najee had himself a fine game, man. He obviously does what he can. 71 yards on the ground.
21 carries. I mean, we tried to run the ball. I'll say that. We didn't completely abandon it.
He obviously stepped up in the receiving game. He had over 100 total yards of offense. That's just a typical game you get from Najee Harris. Because there's Najee fucking Harris.
Yeah. Rock to the Naj, man.
Exactly. Let's see where we at. Still Jackson's in Bill says, what's good, boys? I've had a very good sports weekend. I'm sure Pittsburgh completely has.
Yes. And congratulations to the Pittsburgh Panthers on winning their first ever ACC championship.
How about Kenny Pickett? I'm telling you right now, that's our next franchise fucking quarterback. We're going to go from number 7 to number 8.
Dude, I fucking hope so. I really do.
Whether he's at where the Steelers pick, which I doubt, or we trade up, I think that's our next quarterback, Kenny Pickett.
I don't want another Dan Marino scenario.
Right.
Where the hometown kid can't live up to the hype.
Yeah, really.
Or stuff like that. It's like, I don't want that. Like, Kenny Pickett is, as of right now, my favorite quarterback in this draft class. This upcoming draft class.
Me too.
Pickett has stepped up big time. The guy broke freaking records, man, that have been held for many, many years. Sure, he played 5 years in Pittsburgh, but if he didn't step up this season for the Panthers, he would have never broken those records.
No.
Not at all.
I think, all the people that are saying, oh, he's only had one good year. I think it's more impressive that in his 5th year with Pittsburgh, he's having his best season. Think about the progression he's having year by year. That's what's most impressive.
What's crazy, too, is he doesn't really have, like, big top targets.
It's not like it's not like if he was in Alabama where he has Messi and all these other weapons, right? He has one of the best recruiting schools in the league in Alabama with top receivers, top running backs, top O-line, right? He's in Pittsburgh with guys like Jordan Addison, Tazir Mack, that one tight end, Krul or something, or Crook. I mean, he doesn't have all these big names. And Addison made himself a big name this season with how many touchdowns he's had, but that's just a testament to how great this entire Pittsburgh Panthers offense has stepped up.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
With Kenny Pickett leading the way to their first ACC championship. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Panthers. What a great weekend for Pittsburgh sports.
Absolutely, man. Great weekend.
Because I think the Pens won, too. Gensel had a hat trick.
Yeah, he did. He destroyed the I think, was it the Vancouvers?
Vancouver? I think so, yeah.
Cancun's, I think they are.
Hell yeah, brother. Sean, let's see if I can pronounce this. Manahan says TJ effing Watt with a $5 super chat. What do you got? I'm going to put this in. I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll for y'all, bro. All right. I'm going to do a poll for y'all.
Let's see. Doing a poll. I see what you're doing.
All right. I just put a poll in the chat. Feel free to answer it, man. Feel free to fucking answer it. I mean, I think I already know the answer. I think the majority of the voting is going to go, you know, where?
And TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year? Duh? Or nah?
Jesse A says, you think we got a chance against the Titans and Chiefs? Actually, see, that's kind of hard.
See, I wouldn't go that far yet.
Against the Titans, maybe.
Depending on if A.J. Brown and Julio Jones are still out, although I think they may be back. I don't know what the update is on Henry. He may be back. He may not. I don't know. I mean,
but their backfield's still productive.
Yeah, they still got guys that can effectively run the ball still. So,
which our rushing defense.
And the Chiefs, the Chiefs have stepped up big time. Are they winning tonight? Because I haven't kept up with the scoreboard.
What is the score?
I haven't kept up with them against Denver.
What is the score, man? We got Denver. We got a divisional matchup here. Chiefs and Broncos. Who's winning? If the NFL website wants to load, maybe I can get an answer for us. 13-3. Third quarter is almost ending.
Okay, so they're up by only 10, but still, Kansas City's Kansas City. I just want to see how this team, does against the Vikings Thursday night. See if this motivation and this momentum bleeds into Thursday, and see if they can continue and be consistent with this.
That's what we're hoping, fingers crossed. I'm not going to say this is a wake-up call. This is a motivation win. I would like to think that, but every time I've said that with a specific victory,
as of now,
that's not been the case.
Yeah, as of now, it's just one game. Let's see if this team can do it again.
Right. Because, again, I'm not going to let this win blind me from the fact they still have reoccurring issues.
Yeah.
But I will take the victory, of course. Because why not take a victory versus the Ravens? Especially in a game this important at this stage of the season. And Ben's last home victory versus the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Against the division rival, absolutely.
But come Thursday, man, obviously we got to, be able to play 60 minutes versus average Vikings defense. We got to be able to stop the run, limit the weapons, pressure Cousins for sure. But the way to do that is to stop the run, because if they can't get a ground game going, then you give TJ Watt all the time in the world to do what the hell he can do. Granted, they have two incredible offensive tackles, the Vikings do, but it should be a fun matchup come Thursday.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Definitely will be.
I'm really excited for Thursday, though, for sure. But I'm excited about this victory. Steelers win, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
20-19. Shout out to Johnson, who stepped up, proving he's the number one. Shout out to Muth, who stepped up. Shout out to Ben, who had probably one of his best games of the season for sure.
Shout out to TJ Watt, Chris Wormley, Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Imagine Najee had a good O-line to run behind. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, isn't he? I think as of right now, I think he's like top 10 in rushing yards.
Top 10 in rushing yards.
With this offensive line.
In fact, I think,
and for a rookie running back.
I think I read a stat before this game, before the Ravens game. He had over 700-something yards. Over 600 of them were yards created by himself. 600.
That's Najee,
of the 700 plus.
That's Najee Harris for you. The guy will fight for yardage. He reminds me of a Steven Jackson, and sometimes a bit of a Marshawn Lynch in a way.
Really?
Just a bit. I'm not saying he's the next Marshawn. I'm saying he runs a bit like Marshawn.
Right.
Like, Marshawn was tough to tackle down, man. Like, the guy fought for yardage.
90 votes, and duh is winning by a landslide.
Duh.
Complete landslide. Yeah, really. Let's see. Where are we at in the chat, guys? Number 77 on the line was a bully who deserves a roster spot. I think you're talking about John Glue. Definitely. We might have a nice gem depth piece there.
I kind of hope so.
I hope so, too. If they give it to Garrett, the NFL is seriously rigged. I think it's already partially rigged in certain aspects.
Because I'm sorry, Stephon Gilmore should never have won it. And, I mean, losing to Aaron Donald ain't a bad thing. Aaron Donald's a great freaking player, but I felt like when it came to an overall defensive player doing what he can for his team and on the field, TJ Watt did that.
Right.
Honestly.
Bro, how in the hell did Steelers pull this victory off based off of what we've been seeing these past weeks?
Bro, I don't know.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. It's just a typical way they do it.
I'll take it.
And in some way, you got to love it. I don't know why, but you just do. Let's see. This is why I love Najee Harris jersey. He's a baller. I have his in the closet, man. I'm glad I got it. I don't get rookie jerseys often, but in fact, that's my first rookie jersey I've ever gotten. Outside of Juju, maybe, but that's it.
And Connor.
Yeah.
Can't forget about James Conner.
They get one good win and lose their minds. Are you talking about us?
I ain't
losing.
losing.
Talking about the Steelers. Because I'm not losing my fucking mind.
No. Where are we losing our mind? Where do we ever say that the season's back on track?
Yeah.
We said countless times that they need to feed off this victory.
Yeah.
They need to be consistent. I ain't losing my damn mind.
Like I'm not jumping for joy.
Oh my God, we're a good team again. That's me losing my mind. I ain't done that.
I'm not jumping for joy.
I'm just happy we got this win because we needed to get this one.
I'm not jumping for joy saying like they proved me wrong because they still have many games to do that. I'm not saying after one good victory.
No.
That's just me.
Got to feed off of this.
It's crazy how the Steelers, even when we suck, we have a chance at playoffs. I don't know if that's a testament of the Steelers or the AFC. Maybe both.
Maybe a mix of both. Maybe.
As long as this team plays inaccurate, poor passer quarterbacks, they have a shot. I mean, they got Cousins on Thursday. We know how he is on primetime, especially if he's pressured. Watt's coming off 3.5 sacks. Who knows, man? Might have a shot come Thursday. I'll be a little bit more optimistic just because it's the Vikings. As Najee progresses into more years, the better moves we make in the line, Najee has a great chance to be one of Pittsburgh's best running backs. You're right.
I 100% agree with you.
If we don't run him into the ground so much, though, because that's my fear. That's my fear.
And that's why I like for us to go into next offseason, specifically in free agency, and get ourselves a great number 2 back. You know, that's kind of why I was kind of hoping we sign a guy like Adrian Peterson.
Right. Well, I'm more so going to
or a Philip Lindsay when he was cut by the Texans.
I'm more so going free agency and get a solid guy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Kind of like a D. Will signing, or even a LeGarrette Blount signing. You know, kind of like what we used to do in those days.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of drafting fucking day 3 running backs that barely even make the roster or barely even make the active list.
Yeah, honestly.
A la Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland, Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, go out your way and sign a veteran back that is a good number 2. Like, specifically one guy that, you know, I got my eye on is Marlon Mack.
Of course.
The guy's been a healthy scratch for the Colts for the past couple weeks, but I feel like Mack's still a handy back. I think he's still very good. It's just that Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines are a good 1-2 punch for the Colts.
They're just better guys right there. They fit.
Yeah,
they
but
fit
I'd
better.
really like Marlon Mack as of right now. I'm sure there's others, but Marlon Mack is the one that comes off the top of my head as of right now.
Right. I want a long talk with these refs. Yeah, the refs were kind of bullshit today. Like, really bad.
Yeah, with the, what was it? Wasn't it a face mask on Kendrick Green or something?
Yeah, because Ben nearly threw an interception, and Chuck Clark picked it up, and, of course, Kendrick Green still played it like the play was going.
Because I heard no whistle. I heard no whistle, so he would assume that the play's still alive, and he's just making a move.
And the refs threw a flag on him. Huh?
That had me scratching my fucking head. I'm like, what the fuck? And there were a lot of other questionable calls in this freaking game, too. On the Steelers side and the Ravens side. Like, these referees overall are just fucking awful.
Terrible. Like, these zebra-wearing looking fucktards can go roll in pig shit and jump off a building and then be completely decomposed, infested, and devoured by flies. I don't fucking know. Fuck these refs, bro.
Quite the imagination.
Like, fuck these zebra-looking
And the sad
bastards.
thing is the NFL's not going to do anything about it because they don't care.
Well, no shit. In fact, sometimes they agree with some of the ref calls. That's why they don't fine this or that, or they don't fire this person or that person, because it fits the NFL's agenda for specific ratings or rankings.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Even some of the commentators were saying, like, that's not a flag. Like, what the heck? That's not holding, or that's not like PI. Like, Tony Romo was saying that.
Romo and Jim
a
Nantz,
lot in the
they're
game.
honest. They're really
like,
honest.
Kendrick Green, like, that's not a penalty. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's just fucking stupid, man.
Rad says, SOS, same old Steelers. Play up and down to the competition. Great win. Agreed, man.
SOS, yeah.
Uncharted Gamer says, do you think we will keep Juju? Yes, I do. That's only because no one's going to pay Juju.
Yeah, I'm right there with Dan, yeah. I agree.
Harbaugh was trying to bury the Steelers and piss on their grave with that 2-point try. From a rivalry aspect, I do agree with Harbaugh's call. Because if I was in the same boat, I would have done it. In fact,
I mean, yeah, you have Justin Tucker, Mr. Automatic.
Right, and you could have tied the game, taken in overtime. They went for 2. But if Lamar would have thrown that a little better, then, they got the victory.
Yeah, they definitely did. It was because of the pressure from wide, Lamar just didn't throw the ball properly. Andrews was only able to get one hand and just couldn't bring it down.
Right. And I did hear Marlon Humphrey is out for the season. That sucks.
Yeah, I did hear about that before we got
They
on
already took how many hits to the secondary?
And on the team in general.
And the team in general. And now they lose their best DB.
And I do feel bad for the Ravens.
And this is a team that traded Sean Wade in the offseason.
Because their cornerback room was already stacked.
Not offseason, preseason.
Yeah,
yes.
and their cornerback room was already stacked because of it, and now it's biting them in the ass because they don't really have any dependable guys as of right now. Jimmy Smith's aging. Who else they got? Well, they have that young guy.
Anthony Averett. That's it. I don't know many of them.
Tavon Young, but it's like I feel bad for the Ravens. Like Marlon Humphrey, hell of a corner. He's had an off year, but I think with this injury and this down year, I think this is definitely going to be some motivation for him to get better.
Speaking of corners, do we finally get Hayden back for Thursday? We're going to need him. We are going to fucking need him.
Yeah, going up against Justin Jefferson, I mean.
Nick says, I was fully ready to tank, but my heart needed another Ben putting on his cape moment before he hangs him up. Exactly, man.
That's Ben for you. That's Ben.
I am so proud that, now, knock on wood, God forbid anything happens, he gets hurt, he gets COVID again, knock on wood. I'm so proud that at least once in our life as Steelers fans, we'll be able to see him run out that tunnel. And that'll be for the Titans game. I am so ready for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm excited. I cannot wait for that trip with Cold Steel. Shout out to him.
Yeah, bro. Cannot wait. GG, y'all. Win, hate that my Ravens went for it. I wanted them to kick. Hate we lose, but we see you the second round. It was a good game, though. Next time we meet, we get in the win next time, says Casper24, a Ravens fan. Yeah, shout out to those Ravens fans, man. Respectful, of course. Shout out to Flock Jarrett. For sure, man.
And VZ.
And VZ, yeah. Cold Steel's brother, for sure. And I guess shout out to Ravens fucking Red Zone.
Hey, good matchup, guys. Good matchup.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year. We'll see you next year.
Better spend some cheese in the offseason, says Patriot for life. I agree. We definitely need to. Harbaugh went for 2 because he did not trust his DBs, in my opinion.
And you got to think, with the last drive the Steelers had, they had a lot of momentum. Like, they were feeding off the crowd. Right. They were feeding off Steeler Nation. So I can't blame Harbaugh for being ballsy there.
I would have done the same thing.
I actually kind of respect him for that. I do.
I would have done the same fucking thing.
It goes to show Harbaugh's not afraid. Like,
look at it.
Yeah, he's got Tucker, but it's like he's not afraid to take the chance.
At that point in the season, he's 8-3 with all the injuries he's suffered. He's still top of the AFC North, top of the AFC. Like, he doesn't have a lot to lose at this point.
And how many times has the team come back from so many point differences?
Right. And I only say he doesn't have a lot to lose at this point because he still has some cushion. Some cushion. That cushion could easily be shifted because the AFC is so wide open and so close, but he has a little cushion.
Yeah.
I don't blame Harbaugh for the call.
I don't blame him at all either.
But hey, thanks to TJ Watt for forcing Lamar to throw it late and very inaccurate.
Right.
Jesse says, won't we have the most cap space this offseason? I believe so. That's the reports I've been hearing.
Yeah, something like 74 mil, a little over
Holy
maybe.
shit, are you kidding me?
I saw something like that yesterday, yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
We better pay some people. We better open up our wallet and get some guys in free agency. Maybe an offensive lineman or two, maybe a corner, a number 2 running back. Right? Pay Edmonds if you want to keep him.
I would.
Which I would too.
Extend Minka, who's had 2 interceptions 2 straight weeks.
Good to see Minka.
He's had an interception 2 straight weeks.
Yeah, it's good to see Minka actually get some turnovers.
Plays, yeah. Love the SteelTwins. Have faith, fellas. From a fan that had to live through the 80s, 90s, New Orleans Super Bowl, we've had a great franchise quarterback in the 2000s, says Gary West. And this is the end of Ben, man. Mark Tobin says Javonte Williams would have been the guy for that. I love Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a hell of a stud for the Broncos. I think he's actually starting for the Broncos tonight.
Already is, bro. Already is.
He's going to be a stud for him, yeah.
Where are we at in the chat? Y'all see Devin Bush and Najee Harris playing at half-ass speed today, almost costing us the game. I did not. And due to us watching it work, I couldn't get the full watching experience because I obviously started to work a little bit, but I did not notice that. No, I did not. And yes, that was the other one, Ray. That catch from Ray, that one-handed shit. How is that not a catch? Like, that gave me flashbacks to you know what.
Yeah.
How's that not a catch?
But no, it was incomplete because the tip of the tiny bit hit the fucking turf. I don't think it did.
Hell no.
I didn't really see it hit the turf. I don't know what the fuck the refs are smoking. Like, good God. Was Snoop Dogg there?
Oh, of course he was. It's the Pittsburgh game.
My God, these refs. I swear.
Bro. He went for 2 points because Humphrey was hurt and they didn't want to take the chances in overtime because they couldn't cover our guys. Especially with them waking up in the fourth. Yeah, I suppose that might be a theory. You might be right on that, actually.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, our offense was cooking in the fourth. Deontay especially. What do you think the Steelers' final record will be at the end of the season? That's a good turn into the rest of the schedule, which we already know we have the
Vikings.
The Vikings Thursday. We got the Titans the next week. We have the Chiefs the day after Christmas.
Then we have
who's that? Who's next? I think the what's it? The Browns. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Browns. I think you're right. Monday night, the Browns. Yeah, it's Monday night against the Browns and the Ravens. Last game.
I want schedule.
Yeah, you hit standings.
There we go. All right, let me get this pulled up. Let me get this pulled up. 1 second. How the fuck do I do this? This is live, folks. So
how do you forget to do this? You play with this more than I do. No.
Whoops. That's the wrong
All right,
one.
we're back.
See? This is unfiltered. How do I do this?
You didn't think about doing this beforehand, man?
No, I did not. This is live, bro. This is studio mode. There we go. Yeah. No, god damn it.
Hit the wrong one.
Why is this not working?
Oh God.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna put the schedule up.
Okay, well, anyway, next with this upcoming Thursday, we got the Minnesota Vikings.
Then the Titans, then the Chiefs, then the Browns, and the Ravens. I see a win versus the Vikings just because it's the Vikings. Against the Titans, we might get a win.
I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up for me.
It is a toss-up.
I don't know. I think it just depends on what Titans team shows up.
Yeah, really.
Because the Titans, I mean, they've shown glimpses, you know, especially when they were the underdogs.
So we're 6-5-1 now, right?
Yeah, 6-5-1.
All right,
So it'll be 7-5-1 against the Vikings. So you think 8-5-1 against Tennessee, maybe?
Maybe. And I think
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you. 8-5-1.
And then we lose to the Chiefs.
8-6-1.
Then we lose to the Browns.
8-7. So you think?
And then I think it will come down to the Ravens.
So whether we're 9-7-1 or 8-8-1, and that could depend on the 7th seed potentially.
Potentially. And I'm not even going to say who wins that game.
That's a toss-up, man. All these games are definitely toss-up. It's going to be tough.
I just think that's how the season folds. I think that's how the season's gonna finish.
And we all know this. The season is not going to get any easier.
You know what? I could totally see this being very similar to how the season started and you know how it picked up a little bit in the season, and then we dipped, and now this could be the turn up again. Like I said last week, it's like a roller coaster ride where we got the win versus the Bills, and then we dipped, and then we went back up with, 4 straight wins or something like that?
Yeah.
And then we dipped again after we tied with the Lions.
So we could very well be going right back up that hill.
And then back down, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just basing it off of what we've seen this season. But at the end of the day, I'm going to enjoy the ride because it's the last of Ben Roethlisberger. Think of Ben how you want. This is it.
No, this is the final tour for Ben Roethlisberger. This is his last ride. And no matter what happens, no matter how he performs, just try to take the good out of it. Because this is it. Ben's told his teammates, he's told his coaches, he's told basically everybody.
Right.
This is it.
That did not just happen. Bridgewater just threw a pick 6 to Dan Sorensen.
Are you serious?
Dan Sorensen, one of the worst safeties in the league.
Can you check up on that? By the way, how does Sorensen still have a job?
Because his name's Dan.
So?
Always get a Dan in your life. I'm just saying. It makes everything a lot better.
I mean, that's why you're here with me. But, I mean, the guy sucks. How long has he been with the Chiefs? Since the Eric Berry days?
Key says, I want Ben another year with a better O-line. He does amazing when he actually has time to throw. No.
Nah, listen, man.
He's 39 going on 40. I don't want a 40-year-old quarterback.
I can't see him playing 40. I see all these other teams getting younger, getting young quarterbacks, having electric offenses. That's what I want.
At this point, we're just delaying the inevitable a little bit more, man.
Exactly. This is it.
Mike Cox says it's going to be nice to actually see the Steelers with a surplus of cap space, but they must use the money wisely. It makes me a little excited seeing how when the Steelers are over the cap, what they can do to create cap and sign guys. I don't know what they're going to do when they actually have cap, when they have money, especially if it's one of the best in the league, which I can't tell you when was the last time that ever happened. In my Madden franchise, maybe, which doesn't exist.
And all of our Madden franchises,
which
maybe.
doesn't exist because I don't have a fucking next-gen console. Hint, hint. Christmas gift. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking. No, that's not happening.
Bro, I ain't made of money.
I didn't ask for you to give me it.
Why'd you say hint, hint? I'm right here.
I don't know. Maybe
Who are you hinting at?
Maybe we got family watching. Cold?
Still Blondie, our sister?
Nah, I'm just playing.
I don't know.
No. Do you guys watch Pittsburgh Dad reacting to Steelers games during the season? All the time. Every week.
Every week. Always get a laugh out of it.
Every week.
Gotta love Pittsburgh Dad, man.
Of course. Where's Buddy Johnson? Where's it at? And it's just refreshed. Where's Buddy Johnson that was activated? I think people are not understanding the reason why he was activated. He was only activated because Spillane was on the COVID list.
Yeah.
That's it. He played the Spillane role in special teams.
I don't know if it's because I didn't pay attention to the game much because we had to work a bit, but
I didn't see him on the field.
I didn't see him much on special teams. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Spillane's got COVID, so yeah, I mean.
That's the only reason why he was activated today.
Yeah. But I do want to see more of Buddy Johnson next season.
Of course.
I really do. Special teams maybe get him more involved on the field.
Well, that's what's going to happen. He's just sitting for now. He's learning.
Yeah.
As a Ravens fan, as soon as Big Ben announced this was his last season, I chalked this game up. I was like, there is no way in hell the National Fixed League is letting Ben lose to Baltimore at home.
National Fixed League? Are you kidding me?
This is coming from a Ravens fan where you clearly, like, it was like the refs threw away that catch by Ray. They gave Kendrick Green a stupid-ass penalty because he was actually playing like the play was alive. Because he didn't hear no fucking whistle, and boom, it was a flag. Really?
No, but it's the National Fixed League. How can you put Steelers and fixed game in the same sentence? It never happens. It never happens.
Cole still says, well, people are saying Kenny cheated with his fake slide touchdown. How the fuck did he cheat?
No, I thought it was a good play.
Like if he slid and got up and kept running, sure. But he didn't, like, legitimately slide.
No, he didn't pull a...
He pretty much pump faked with his fucking leg.
He didn't pull a Peyton Manning from the Broncos playoff game
No.
against us. He didn't do that.
He pulled a pump fake with his leg.
He didn't go down on the field. His knee wasn't down. Nothing. Honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with it. He was still up. He's made a fantastic play.
All right, apparently we're getting some controversy in the chat.
Controversy. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not all the time, but hey.
Read it and weep.
Read it and weep. Didn't Cold Steel do that in his live stream? Couldn't watch it much because we were
Bro,
watching
you
the
should
game
have heard
live.
us when we were teenagers.
Oh, my God.
Bro, my God, we said it in literally every sentence.
Like, I don't...
And we cut back on it.
I don't encourage you guys to go back and watch it.
No,
because it's just-
don't.
I can't even watch it. It's just so foul. But we have been so much better.
No, we've matured a bit. I mean, yeah, we cuss. I mean, what grown adult doesn't cuss? Do we overdo it a bit? Yeah, sure, but that's just our passion for the Steelers and the sport of football.
Yeah.
We don't overly say it all the time. That's just how we are. We were way much more worse when we were younger.
Right.
Like, you guys have no idea.
Oh, my God, dude. I feel so horrible that that's actually still on the channel. Let's see. The game was not fixed. Lamar Jackson is simply vastly overrated as a passer. You're right. He is.
He's an inconsistent passer, man.
Very.
He's a great football player, but he can be inconsistent at times.
Do you guys believe that any quarterback drafted in the first round of the 22 draft will be a reach?
A reach?
Depends, like...
Maybe it depends on where they're drafted.
Obviously.
Like, I don't think any...
Maybe if Ritter goes in the first round. But I like Ritter.
Desmond Ridder, yeah.
I really like Ritter. He's in my top 3 for quarterbacks for me. At least in terms of guys I want.
I mean, the guy helped lead Cincinnati to a playoff performance in college.
Right.
Cincinnati. Oh, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, I hardly see Cincinnati in college playoffs.
No. Steelers are a roller coaster ride. Ben is going out like Bettis, says Gary West.
Yeah.
That I wish. Should have seen them before they were corporate. What do you mean corporate? What do you mean corporate? I'm not even wearing a suit. What the fuck are you talking about? Corporate? Impressed with LeGlue. A pleasant surprise. Witherspoon played well, and even Justin Lane made some nice plays. I did notice that. They stepped in for Hayden. They did pretty solid, man.
Yeah, they did. You gotta give them credit. They did.
The whole team stepped up when they needed to. May not have been pretty or flashy, but they stepped up when they needed to. That's all I can ask for at this point of the season.
And against the Baltimore Ravens, I mean, it's never pretty. It's never pretty.
Yeah, exactly. That Ravens record field goal earlier in the season shouldn't have happened. There should have been a penalty called on the previous play, which would have ended that game. National Fixed League.
Again,
I mean, by that factor, yeah.
yeah, against the Lions, they should have lost that game. That field goal should never happen.
After high school show says nothing wrong with cursing. LOL. See?
Fuck you.
Well, let's see where we at. I like the cursing. My Steelers almost gave me heart attacks. Steelers Nation for life. All of us. Swearing is a sign of ignorance, and I don't give a fuck. You know, cursing is a sign of intelligence. Actually.
Yeah. Actually, look it up.
Like some of the most intelligent people in the world have used curse words to get their point across. And not even bullshit. It's been proven by scientists and shit like that.
Yeah, it has. Like, you can honestly look it up. Like, we're not even joking.
And just because we're agreeing with the cursing doesn't mean we're going to say it all the time. Because I do try to limit it a little bit.
Yeah, we ain't a South Park out here or something.
Oh, my God. I'll say this as a Steelers fan. I have never claimed Ben has been the best quarterback in the NFL, but I'll say I'd rather have an aged Ben that makes great decisions in crunch time than Lamar. I can't disagree.
No, I can't either, because when it comes to Lamar, we all know he's a good football player. He's a great football player, actually. But I feel like there's times he just tries to be too flashy, or he thinks he can do it all.
Right,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like he's like the second most sacked quarterback in the league. Like, I mean, yeah, his offensive line has played part in that. But at the same time, like, the guy's trying to be so damn flashy when he's not doing what needs to be right. Like, he's not hitting his targets when they're in one-on-one coverage or when they're wide open. You know, he's not getting them to his targets immediately.
Right.
He tries to be too flashy. That's the thing about Lamar. He's way too flashy because he thinks he's better than Michael Vick.
Which he's not. Not even close. Not even close.
At least not in my opinion.
Ricochet says, I cannot believe the Ravens went for 2 instead of a field goal and going to overtime. Ricochet, the Ravens made the right call, and I'm not only saying that because obviously got us to win, but I think that was the right call.
No, because they had the right execution, or they had the right play call. It's just the execution didn't work out.
Right. Ravens and Steelers are 2 mediocre teams at the moment. Neither one is a true contender, both with way too many injuries. You're not wrong.
No,
In fact, the Ravens are having a very Steelers-like season last year, where they're just edging by.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
What if we signed Greedy Williams? What y'all think of him? I always thought Greedy was overrated. I didn't like him coming out of LSU.
No, I wasn't.
I thought he was the most overrated corner since Morris Claiborne to come out of that college.
Yeah, I was never big on Greedy. I think he should stay in Cleveland.
Yeah. Let's see where we at. Rude Ski says, "What's up, Twins? What's up, Rude Ski?
How you doing?
What pro comparison do you guys have Kenny Pickett related to?" See, I didn't even give that any thought.
Pro comparison.
I'm trying to think.
See, I thought of some guys. I thought of a Derek Carr at times because
I
of
can
his
see Derek Carr.
because of his leadership,
I could totally
because
see
of his
Derek
play
Carr.
style. You know, the guy can.
And the way he can run
The guy
out the pocket, create
yeah,
plays on his feet.
yeah, that's another underrated aspect about Kenny Pickett. Like, he's got great accuracy, nice decision making. He's definitely gotten better on both of those. But man, can he run the ball when he needs to?
You're right. In fact, I like that comparison, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I really like that comparison.
And I don't know, maybe we get him out of the second round, kind of like the Raiders did with Derek.
Second round, Pickett.
I don't know with this quarterback class. I don't know.
I think he's going top 10 now, man.
He might. I don't know. I
hope he drops and we can just take him with our first pick. But
that's what I'm saying with this quarterback class. It's kind of unknown. Does any team really want to take that risk in the first round?
Michael Moreno says, who will be the Steelers team MVP at the end of the season? Everyone's going to say T.J. Watt, and I'm not going to disagree with any of you. But my pick's Cam Hayward.
No, definitely Cam Hayward.
My pick's Cam Hayward.
To not have Alu and Tuitt alongside him and him literally still have the season he is outstanding.
Right.
Cam Hayward's a freaking beast. An absolute freaking machine.
Kenny is just... I said Kenny because I saw Kenny equals Stafford. Stafford's another good comparison. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cam Hayward's just on another level this year. Let's see. Dual threats never last. Am I lying? No, you're not. Dual threats don't last. Blitzberg says an age Ben did better against the Chargers on the road than a young Burrow at home against the Chargers. Now, granted, Burrow, his thumb was all fucked up, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Going for 2, in my opinion, was cocky on Harbaugh's part. Yeah, he is a little cocky, isn't he? He is a little cocky. That's why some of us don't really like Harbaugh, but I still think it was the right call from him. Dane McCray says 7-5-1 come Thursday Night Football. I hope so, man.
Fingers crossed, brother.
They only went for 2 because they weren't really risking anything. They're still in first place. That's what I'm thinking. They have a little cushion, so they're not losing too much right now. I always thought... Oh, I lost it. There we go.
Refreshed. There we go.
I always thought Ben was mediocre and threw too many interceptions. Defense has always won our Super Bowl, says E.J. Jackson. You're not wrong.
No, you're correct on that.
Now, did Ben carry us through the years where our defense was bottom in the league? Yeah. The whole entire offense did, to be real with you. But yeah, the defense won us our Super Bowls. The defense won us all our Super Bowls. You look at 9, 10, 13, 14, 40, 43.
All of them was because of the defense.
And defense was pretty much the best in the league every year.
Every single year. Number 1. Defense wins championships. And those Super Bowls prove it.
Yeah. Lamar is a once-in-a-generation athlete, but he needs to develop as a passer, and he isn't. He took some big licks today, and that's not sustainable for a 15-plus year career.
No, you're right about that.
That's why people don't really like dual-threat quarterbacks. Now, I know that's kind of what the league is transforming into, but there's a limit. You can't be a Lamar Jackson where you run 100 yards, or even like a Jalen Hurts has done this year. Like he runs 100 yards, runs it all the time. He's more of a run-first guy. You got to have a little mix.
Yeah, definitely. And with how safe the NFL is, guys of his style still don't tend to last long in the league.
Right.
They really don't. And you're correct on that. He does have to get better as a passer. You look at guys like Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray in their younger years, or in their early stages of their careers. Because they always like to run the ball a lot, but they condition as passers, and look at them now.
Exactly.
Or even Deshaun Watson.
Watson is a good,
Yeah, they polished on their accuracy and got better with passing the ball.
Right. Who is VZ is in the chat, bro. Says Twins, hell of a game. It was a crazy game, brother.
Yeah, it was.
It was fucking nuts, bro. I know we play, what's up? Come, week 18. 18, yes. Right? See, I'm getting, it's.
We gotta get used to week 18 now.
Week 18 thing, but yeah, we play in the last game of the season for both of us, so that's gonna come down to some crazy shit because it always is.
More than likely, it will come down.
It's gonna have a lot of implications. So this is just part one. Part 2 is gonna be crazy, but
yeah.
Yeah, I know you joined Cold Steel on his stream, and that I checked in a few times when I could, but yeah, that stuff was nuts. Hell of a game. Typical Steelers Ravens battle.
Yeah, and another classic. Another classic.
Cam Hayward is a machine, such a great leader. I love Cam, bro. Hayward is a beast. Cam Hayward has been balling, and he always shows up. He gets doubled often and still gets to it at times. He's a bully.
You're not wrong.
Like, his bull rush is filthy. He'll do the old what Reggie White used to do, where he just used to take one arm and just slap him over.
Yeah.
Almost like a powerful swim move. I swear, Cincy is built just to beat AFC North teams, LOL. It appears that way right now, doesn't it? Do y'all think Joe Hayden will be back by Thursday? I hope so. I don't know what his status is. I know he didn't practice for 2 straight weeks. Now he's on a short week. I don't like the odds, but I hope so.
No, because we could use him. Because with the corners that we got currently, Sutton and Pierre and Witherspoon and Lane against Justin Jefferson, I mean, I'm already having nightmares.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still wide awake.
Because, I know Dalvin Cook's out, but Madison did pretty good today, and he's no,
push off.
No, he's not. Madison is a hell of a back. Great number 2. He's one of those guys where you want your number 2 to be very much like Madison. But even if we are able to limit him somehow, I still fear this passing attack. Granted, Watt should be able to do what he can do, but the Vikings, now their interior offensive line is a little rough, but their tackles are great.
Very good. Very good.
Darrisaw and O'Neal, man, fantastic tackles. They're both very young too. What team has won a Super Bowl with a bad defense though? Shit, I can't tell you. Well, the bad, defense wins championships.
It does.
I can't tell you a team that had a bad defense won a Super Bowl. Because, hell, you look at the past how many years now, right? Or I'll go the past 10 years. All the way back from Super Bowl 43 and through. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl 43, bro, you had obviously James Harrison's pick 6. Super Bowl 44, you had Tracy Porter's pick 6. What was it? Super Bowl 45. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, that pick 6.
I mean, you guys already know. The Malcolm Butler interception. The last year's Super Bowl. The Bucks and Chiefs.
Can't forget about the Falcons one with Dante Hightower with the strip sack.
Of course.
On Matt Ryan.
How many others? Like, of course, the Broncos and Seahawks game. Defense demolished.
Yeah.
The Broncos. I mean, defense was championships.
I think the only one that really comes that I can say that comes out off the top of my head is maybe the Eagles. Because that Eagles defense didn't really do anything outside of a Brandon Graham strip sack.
Yeah, because Brady still threw for 500 yards.
Yeah.
Do you think if we miss the playoffs, the bum-ass voters will try to snub TJ? They will regardless. They will regardless.
And if they do, I think that's proof that he's never going to win the award.
Right.
If he doesn't win it for a third straight year, he's never going to win it. Ever.
I said it last year. If he did not win it last year, he's never going to win it.
This is his year, and he's making the case. He missed 2.5 games.
He might hit 20 fucking sacks. for all we know, he might break Strahan's record.
He missed 2.5 sacks. He hardly practiced in training camp.
I'm curious.
The guy came off the COVID list yesterday and had a fucking great game.
I'm curious. TJ Watt right now, right? He went into this game with 12.5 sacks. He had 3.5 today. 16 sacks on the year. He missed 2.5 games. And he has the Vikings. He has the Titans. He has the Chiefs. He has the Browns. And he has the Ravens. He has 5 fucking games.
He can do it.
Who's number one in sacks this year?
TJ Watt right now.
Better fucking, I think it is.
16, yeah. He leads
Who's
by
number
2.
two?
Myles Garrett.
With?
14.
You sure?
Yeah.
14, you're right. Fuck Myles Garrett. TJ Watt's better.
TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year.
TJ Watt better.
He better win that fucking award, I swear to God.
Guys, pick 2020. Guys, pick for 2020. Wilson, Rodgers, Carr, or maybe Watson. Give me your thoughts. My ultimate dream is Watson because he's younger. He's already proven. He has that big contract that we can actually afford next year, but too much baggage.
Way too much baggage.
But obviously, I'm going Rodgers. I'll gladly take Wilson or Carr, but I'm going Rodgers. That's
Rodgers seems to be the favorite as of right now.
Kenny Pickett and Addison from pit to pit would be awesome. It would be like what we all envisioned Mason Rudolph and James Washington being.
Yeah, and I will say this. Last year, we all wanted Najee Harris. We got him.
Right.
Maybe 2 years in a row. I don't know.
Yeah, Blitzberg makes a good point. Montravius Adams played good for just coming in. Could be a good move. And we also activated Carlos Davis from IR. So if he can stay healthy, maybe this D-line depth will look a little better than it did weeks prior. Maybe.
I mean, fingers crossed. We still got good running backs to go up against. There's a time to step up for these unknown guys, these depth guys, like Montravius Adams, like Carlos Davis, to prove their worth.
Right.
For a roster spot next season. Definitely step up.
Cole Seal says, let's get the Twins to 100 likes, folks.
Hey, hit that like button. We got about over 250 people actually watching right now.
It is 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we got 250 people just talking about the Steelers Ravens and bullshitting with the chat. You guys are awesome.
Very awesome, man. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you very much.
The fact Minka is as essential to stopping the run as he is really is a problem with it within itself. I think it's what has been preventing him from being in position to get turnovers. Exactly. He's a fifth linebacker because this D-line can't fill gaps, and these linebackers have too much responsibility, but they also can't tackle.
And that's another thing about this game, too. The defense stepped up when it mattered the most, but they still can't tackle. There were many times they made guys slip and go, like Mark Andrews, Devontae Freeman, Lamar Jackson at times. Like, tackle your freaking guy. Like, pull him down. Get him down.
Yeah, real shit. Story of being a Steelers fan, if a Patriot wins Defensive Player of the Year over a Steeler. Happened with Gilmore.
Yeah, it did.
Watt is way better than that bum Garrett. TJ is a stud, but he is not a better player than Aaron Donald. No one is. Aaron Donald's the best player in the league, but TJ Watt's the best edge rusher in the league.
Yeah, he is.
And as of right now, he's the best defensive player in the league this year. And he was last year. In the year prior, 2-time uncrowned Defensive Player of the Year. Don't make it 3.
Do not make it 3. If we make it 3,
I might actually break something this year.
If we make it 3, we got to put that on a T-shirt.
I might actually break something this year.
If he becomes a 3-time uncrowned Defensive Player of the Year, we got to put that on a T-shirt and sell it on Steel Yingers.
Oh, yeah. Which is a good time. SteelYingers.com. More stuff coming to the shop, guys. Icy Rose with a $4.99 super chat says, sorry if this was already asked, but who would you guys want from the draft, offense or defense? From an offensive standpoint, if we don't sign a quarterback, I'm going Kenny Pickett. I'm going Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I prefer a quarterback like Pickett, or maybe we go offensive lineman, specifically a Tyler Lindenbaum.
A Linderbaum, who's that dude from, I think, was it Kentucky?
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
Big boy, Derek Kennard or something?
I think.
Big boy.
Is that his name?
Those are two offensive linemen that could be in our realm.
Yeah, I can't remember, but he's good
granted, I don't want this line to get younger because that's kind of the problem right now. But if we fill some needs with the amount of cap we got, maybe that's something we explore.
Right.
As for the defense, I gotta look a little more for the defense. I know he's not gonna be available, but that's my pipe dream. Jordan Davis from what college?
Georgia?
Georgia, I think. Big boy. He's like another Aaron Donald, bro. And this D-line, hey, I love Hayward. I love Tuitt, but it's not getting any younger.
No, it's not. You're right.
I'm not saying get rid of him. You damn sure don't. But it's we got to get young in that department, too.
Mm-hmm.
We got to build in the trenches regardless. If Cam doesn't get a nod, then I am convinced the NFL hates the Steelers. No one looks at Cam Hayward and just says anything. In reality, he's one of the best defensive linemen in the league. Top 3. I said what I said.
Top 3, and you're not wrong right there.
Top fucking 3.
I say he's number 2, behind Aaron Donald.
Who do you guys think will draft in the second round? I say a cornerback or O-line. Let's say we go quarterback. Second round, I'm thinking, I don't want to go corner just because of our history. I'd rather make a splash.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some surprise cuts. So, make a splash at corner.
Second round, I mean,
for all we know, it could be a fucking receiver.
I can absolutely see another wide receiver. I can.
It could be a receiver. It could be O-line. Could be D-line. It could be linebacker.
It might be linebacker. I don't know. Maybe it depends if we pick up Bush's fifth-year option. I don't know.
Which I don't think it's going to happen.
As of right now, no, I can't see it.
I don't think it's going to
happen. We didn't see it coming with Bud Dupree. And look how he turned out in his last 2 years. I'll say that.
Right.
They don't really give up on guys like that. And we do have the cap to pick up his fifth-year option. For Edmonds, we didn't, so that's why we didn't pick up the fifth-year option.
Right.
But I still think we're going to extend Edmonds. I really do. So, just throwing it out there, I don't know.
Right.
I can't see the I don't see the Steelers giving up on Bush. I don't, because they didn't with Dupree. They didn't with Dupree.
See, my feelings with Bush is still the same. I hear all the time my friends tell me the Steelers need to get a wideout, yet the Steelers are the best in the NFL developing wideouts, so yeah, we could get a wideout late in the draft and be fine. Exactly.
We strike gold at wide receiver.
But we love our day 2 guys. All our receivers right now are day 2 guys.
Johnson, Claypool, Washington.
Juju. I mean, outside of Ray, but we didn't draft him.
No, we didn't. All of our main guys are day 2 picks.
Yeah. Cold Steel, if you want, you can call in. If you want.
Yeah, go on ahead if you want.
I shall give you the opportunity. It is 1:15. I said 1:15.
1:15. I'm about to say, wait a minute. It's not
we
that
were
late.
Streaming for almost 1:15, 1 hour 15 minutes. But if you want, you can call in, man. If you want, if you are free. If not, it's cool, man. And I need some water because I don't know about you. The weather's been changing and my throat's been all fucked up.
What's the weather around here tomorrow? Isn't it supposed to be like a 60-something? 61?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's going to be in the 60s come tomorrow. Like, what the fuck?
That makes no sense. It's going to be December 6th. And we're going to be in 60-degree weather. It's like, well, Mother Nature, like, what's the matter?
Tyler Marine says I would bring back Bud Dupree. That is if he's cut. And if he takes a solid deal.
I don't know if he would, though. And actually, I mean, I don't see Tennessee getting rid of him after 1 year.
Right.
You know how much dead cap they'd have?
Yeah.
They probably have a lot.
I mean, they overpaid the motherfucker. Cold Steel is calling in, guys. Let me get this paired up. What the fuck did I just do? 1 second, senor. Can you guys hear him?
What?
Hold on.
Are you coming through the headset?
No, he's coming through my phone.
What does that say?
Pair. Shout to all the pair. Okay, I'll shut up.
Hello, hello?
Hello, hello.
Hola, senor.
I can hear you.
Hola, senor.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hola, senorita.
What's good, puta?
Ravens Red Zone here.
Ha. Did they make a video yet?
Who?
Ravens Red Zone.
Oh, I don't subscribe to those guys.
I don't subscribe to them either, but it's Ravens week. You gotta, throw
Oh
something.
man, what a game, guys!
Real shit.
If I sound tired, it's because I am. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm tired too.
Well, dude, it's 11:15 over here on the Eastern Standard Time. I'm sure, but yeah, what a game!
Well, that and it was a busy day around the house too. But man, you know what's funny? I want to talk about something. I'm glad you asked me to call it.
Okay.
And I know some people in chat are like waiting for us to admit that we're wrong, but it's one of those things. This game is so bizarre because one of the things I've talked about all season is when the Steelers did win, we always said, "Oh, we were lucky," right?
Yeah.
And I still stand by that in those previous games, but this one for some reason just feels different. I don't know what it is.
Do you think
maybe I'm just over the top? I don't know.
Do you think maybe because of the news that came out yesterday about?
No, I honestly don't think it's that. And I've been sitting here wondering, like, am I just, having that moment where it's like starting to settle, like, okay, this is Ben's last season. And I don't think the announcements, it's just, for some reason, it feels odd. And let's be clear, the Steelers still have a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, they do.
Of course. That's why,
because they didn't really tap in until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what.
And at the end, I would say it wasn't necessarily the defense that got us the win on that very last play in the game. That was just Andrews not being able to pull in to secure the game winner.
I think that's one of those times where we can say actually the defense got lucky there.
Right, but even with that, and even with the fact that for the majority of the game, it was a typical Steelers-Ravens game, something feels different after this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I think it has something, I don't know if you're feeling it, but it has something to do with the fact that Schefter did report that Ben has told teammates and coaches this is his last.
Maybe it might be the fact that it was a division rival game,
right? And
this was a much-needed win. And everything that came out this past week with former Steelers players disappointed. And
okay, yeah. I see where you guys are going. You guys are saying that as far as the team goes, like one of the reasons they pulled out a win today was because of the criticism, right? But I'm saying for me, like I can't sit here and say the team got lucky. This feels like an actual win for once.
No, I'm not saying they got lucky. I think the defense, because Andrews was open, but overall as a team they stepped up for sure. Because you can't look at this defense and say they got entirely lucky because the defense still came away with 7 sacks and an interception, and the offense woke up in the fourth. So
yeah, they did.
But
it feels different though, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one that feels that way.
No, because even after the victory, I was just sitting at work and I'm just thinking, that's just, I felt good. You know what I'm saying?
It did. It felt good. Some of it for me may be because I watched Pitt win the championship last night.
Yeah. And
they're going to be heading to a bowl game. So I was already in a good spirit coming into today. And then, I don't know, again, and another thing I want to point out, even though for some people, I guess it was frustrating because I did see people complaining about the score.
Right.
But this is what it's always been, Ravens Steelers. It didn't matter what the offense or defense did. It was just always this way, whether, the Steelers could be undefeated in the season and they would have this game against the Ravens. And we got that today with Ben's, and I'm assuming this was his last home game against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
that's why
it felt good.
That's why we put in the title. It was a classic finish because it's down to the wire.
It is.
And fuck me for thinking it was going to be the complete opposite. I mean, despite the teams, this rivalry will always come down to the wire.
Right.
But, it was Steelers-Ravens rivalry, so you can't really take anything away from the team because they still came away with the victory.
Right.
But, going into Thursday, they still have some issues they do have to fix up on.
On a short week.
Oh, of course. And I think if the Steelers are going to make the playoffs and they're going to make us, force us to make a video saying we were wrong, they're going to have to win some of these games coming up, obviously, and we're also going to need some help with the Bengals. with them sweeping us this season, we need to see them drop a few more games. Losing one today for the Bengals, that's a big plus in our book.
Yeah, even though they swept us, it is a big plus for the division rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to say, oh, the Steelers proved me wrong because they won today. They still have games to win.
Yeah, you can't say they proved us wrong after one game.
But
they have to be consistent with this momentum.
But it's also like years prior, or even weeks prior, recently, I said they did that, or this is a momentum change, or this is a turn of the tide, or a wake-up call of some sort, quote-unquote, and they didn't do it. So I'm a little more energetic. I'm a little more optimistic going into Thursday's game, but at the same time, I'm still going to hold my boundaries and not expect, an overabundance of a performance,
right?
Or I get disappointed in the end.
Well, I'll tell you what. Even though the Vikings aren't the hardest opponent left on our schedule, I think a victory on Thursday, especially if it's dominating, I think that says something.
Oh, for sure.
With the short week, I mean, that would be huge.
It would be.
So that's what I'm going to be looking out for this week, is to see what this team's capable of doing in this situation.
Yeah,
I agree.
And either way, I mean, this has been one interesting season regardless. A lot of ups and downs. And I'm hoping the team finally started hearing some of the frustration, not just from the fans, but from some of the former players criticizing the things that's going on with the organization.
From the alumni, from the Hall of Honor, I think is what they call it, correct?
Yes.
So, those are faces that they look at every day in Hines, in the facilities, in the practice fields, right? Those are names and faces they see every day, and they're getting criticisms from those guys. Guys like Rocky Blyer and Alan Faneca, guys like that, right? So, and plus, with the fact that Ben came out, Schefter came out with Ben's little thing he told his teammates and coaches, that might be what the team needed. A fire lit under them. So that's what we're hoping. That's not what we're saying, but that's what we're hoping. But, of course, like the Steelers always do, I go into a game like this with zero expectations, and then the fourth quarter comes around, and I'm like, here we are, and they pick it up, and they get my emotions high, especially since it's a fucking Ravens game in Heinz Field, and they almost ripped my fucking heart out. You should have seen me when Sammy Watkins scored that touchdown. Holy shit. I actually thought we won.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. I really did.
I thought it's funny because when Watkins scored, I thought we lost. I'm like, oh, wait, they still have to go the extra point. But I'm like, oh, they're going for two. Okay. Oh, shit. So I'm like, oh, this is getting serious. No,
but when everything went down with the touchdown and the field 2-point conversion, you should have heard me in the trucks.
Yeah.
You should have heard me in the trucks, man. I was screaming. I was like, thank fucking Christ.
By the way, I don't want to hear anyone ever criticize your fandom ever again. These guys are working at a job where it's almost nearly impossible to get a cell phone inside.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing that, and they're watching the game as they're loading trucks during peak season.
Yeah. And we're gonna
if that doesn't tell you how much of a Steelers fan these two are, I mean, honestly.
And we're gonna do the same thing come Thursday night. Even though we should be able to catch the second half at home, the first half we're going to have to watch it work.
Yeah, we ain't missing the first half at all.
No.
I'm going to be honest, too, man. I'm not proud of this, but I quit my job to watch the Super Bowl, the Steelers Super Bowl once upon a time. So
yeah. I mean,
that's fucking worth it, though.
And hey, despite no matter how this team's going to look heading into week 14 versus the Titans, we're still going to go to that game.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
We got the hotel room booked, bro. We just got to, figure out how we're going to get there and figure out some other things that we got to talk about off stream, but I can't fucking wait.
Your sister's looking at me right now. She's ready to talk about it now.
Yeah, bro, talking about this got me,
shit.
This shit got me pumped up. Like, I cannot wait till we get back to Pittsburgh.
But we have to wait,
No, you're not driving.
Yeah. Who, me?
No, her. Neither y'all ain't either, man.
Why
Fuck
not?
that. Listen, I love my life. I'm not putting my life on the line. Chat. Listen,
bro, I want to drive through that tunnel.
You know what?
Okay, you know what? That's fair. All right, you know what? We'll make it happen.
Watch this. What are you doing?
Watch
Oh.
this. Watch that. Watch this, bitch.
Oh my God.
Watch this, motherfucker. Watch this. Okay? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on, chat. Hold on. I got you guys. Watch this.
Where is it? Come on. There.
There we go.
Boom.
There you go. You're not going to see
what
it.
is he on?
You're not going to see
No,
it.
there's going to be a delay. I do have it up. I do have YouTube up here, though.
Well, give it a minute.
What is he showing me?
Give it a minute.
I saw something bright on the screen here for a second, so let's see. I took that personally. That's great. Somebody said in the chat, a real Steeler would quit his job too. Man, look, I'm not proud of it, but I wasn't missing that Super Bowl, and my supervisor was being a dick.
Fuck that supervisor.
I don't think he was a Steelers fan. That was probably the situation, but
Fuck that supervisor.
man, I wasn't missing that shit. Plus, I had a better job offer on the table.
Yeah, so it worked out in the end. You watched Steelers win the Super Bowl, and you got the better job.
Dude, we went into work, and they already knew, like, all right, I'm going up top, and I'm watching the game. Like, leave me the fuck alone. They already know.
No, I just know because I worked there before, so I know how hard it is to get shit in there.
Well, they're a little more open now, but I'm not going to go into detail.
Yeah, let's just cut that off. Oh man, no, but I am looking forward to the Titans game, and I'm sure we're going to do some special content while we're out there, some live streams and stuff like that.
For sure.
So everybody in chat can look forward to that. These guys will have their own stuff going on as well.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to be doing a lot of photography stuff while there. I want to start getting my Instagram going, but
because I know we're gonna be there Saturday night, and I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how we're gonna do the SteelTwins Saturday night thing, or if we are.
And I don't want to name drop. There was another channel. I didn't realize you guys were live, believe it or not. I was in another guy's channel. It was his first time at Pittsburgh today, and he was at the Ravens game.
Really?
And I was giving him, some tips and stuff on where to go, and I told him to go to Burgatory, and he seemed very excited about it. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, damn, I actually can't wait to go back to that place.
Burgatory's
dude.
great. Now, I ain't gonna lie. The sandwich I bought, which was the Wagyu burger, I think.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. I wasn't impressed.
You didn't like it?
Really?
Okay, don't get me wrong. It was good. I would buy it. I'd buy it again, but it wasn't the best fucking hamburger I ever had. It's nothing that.
Well, then we know what to do when we get there. Go to Burgatory and get a different burger. Try something new.
I'll get that. What'd you buy?
I can't remember. It's been a couple months. I want to go back.
Shout out to Jedi, bro. Shout out to Steel Jedi. He was the one that told me to buy that. He said it was really good. I'm not saying it wasn't, but maybe he got my expectations a little high there.
Well, I mean, you're hard to please in regards to that kind of stuff.
Listen, guys. Danny's picky.
I am not picky.
Yes, you. What are you talking about?
He's picky.
Dude, you're picky about a Christmas tree.
Okay, that's fair.
He's picky.
Man.
Okay, that's fair.
Me, you just put a burger right in front of me, I'll eat the damn thing.
I don't know, bro. That's got to be Gordon Ramsay made, bro. Like, real shit. I don't know.
Look, Bob's thinking about boogers.
But I can't wait to get back to Pittsburgh. It's going to be fun.
No, it's going to be a blast.
A few weeks, man, and trust me, it's going to go quick.
Real quick.
It's going to go real quick, man. I honestly, I kind of hope time slows down a little bit. This year flew.
Dude,
It really did. It's crazy.
It's going to be the 6th of December in about a half hour. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it felt like yesterday was the 1st. Like, Jesus. Next thing you know, the holiday will be here.
We're literally almost a whole week into December already.
Freaking crazy, man.
The next thing you know, 2022 will be here literally when you wake up. It's freaking
We leaving your sister's texting me because I don't know why. She could just speak. She says we're leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning that day.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
So am I.
Wait, you want
Listen, give me some coffee, put on some corn,
All right, Dan.
or some other kind of music. I don't care.
Listen, you can bring a pillow.
I'm not.
All
No,
right.
no. I'm saying, like, he said coffee. I can't drink that. We have to make like 3 pit stops.
Well, yeah, but me and Bob will drink coffee because we have the stomachs for it. But
Yeah.
Give me decaf. You know what I'm saying?
We don't need Dan shitting all over the car.
Yeah, because
on the way to Pittsburgh.
You're going to have to pay for it.
Ivar makes a good point. Tomorrow will be the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Wow.
80 years, man.
A day.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I honestly didn't even know that.
Sadly. Yeah, that's very un-American to
Here,
me.
you see that?
That's very un-American to me. But
80 years.
A day that will live in infamy, bro. Wow.
80 years, man. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Spaceboy in chat, he says, I think it's clear that Deontay Johnson is a legit number one. I agree.
Yeah.
I was on the fence for weeks, but I think today proves it. At least for now. I mean, somebody could come on the team in the future, but...
No, Johnson's number one.
Easily number one. He earned that.
He did.
I hate he dropped that third
But
touchdown.
listen, man, after that drop, he did not drop a single pass afterward in that game. He used that drop as motivation to not drop another one. He caught 2 touchdowns that came up big.
Right.
Gary West says, I thought James Washington would be balling by now. Disappointing. Yeah, it is disappointing.
Yeah,
in a way, I do wonder, though, if the team is giving him a fair opportunity, but...
It's all scheme related.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just him and dating back to rumors of him wanting to be traded. Like he requested a trade. If he just doesn't,
I don't know, man. He just seems like he's not the kind of guy to do that.
Or I know, like he's very silent. He's a quiet worker. He goes in there and just busts his ass off out there, but he's not doing.
It's just not working. It's just not working.
It might just be our scheme and how we're using him. You know, we're trying to use him in slants and screens. It's like that's not his forte.
Well, they're favoring Ray over him because it fits Canada's scheme more.
And
people forget this is a guy that led the team in receiving yards in 2019. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I would not be surprised if Washington. I can see Washington leaving free agency, go to another team, and kind of ball out. I can.
I hope he does because I don't see Washington returning.
Yeah, I hope he does too, man. I mean, despite the fact that it hasn't worked out here in Pittsburgh, and I agree with Green here, who we were going back and forth in chat. Which, by the way, I hope you didn't take me too serious. I just like busting people's balls sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. What am I talking about? James Washington, though, I agree. I think it's time for him to go. I do. But that said, I have no ill will against the guy.
No.
I like the fact that he's been a quiet teammate on this roster. Hasn't really been any kind of a distraction. Of course, we had that news, that rumor that came out. I don't know if I believe that.
No.
And I hope whatever, in the future for him is, I just hope everything goes well for him.
Absolutely. Well said. I couldn't say it better myself. People are saying...
I know it's kind of early. I mean, he's still on the roster now, and we still have plenty of football left, but I just want to get that out the way.
Well, you already know they're going to favor Juju over Washington, so, I mean, they're going to sign one of the two.
Yeah.
Now, personally...
Yeah, and people have been bringing that up, do we get rid of both? Honestly, I feel like with so many needs and so many holes on this team, they're going to bring back somebody.
Now, if you ask me, see, man, the thing with Juju is it's back and forth with this motherfucker, bro. Here I am cursing again. Sorry. But
you said a bad word.
Yeah, but
you should repent.
But with Juju, like, I'll gladly keep him. Like, I have no problem keeping him. But at the same time, I don't give a shit if he leaves. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to fucking burn his jersey. I'm not going to, oh my God, my life's over. Womp, womp, womp. Like, who gives a shit if he leaves? Do I like...
Honestly, that's where I'm at now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have him back. And hopefully, if he does come back, I hope it's... See, that's the thing, though. It's like, with the unfortunate injury, I don't know if he's earned a long-term contract. So
no, I'd give him another 1-year deal.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Is he going to want to take that?
I don't know. If he doesn't, you know what? I'll gladly let both of them walk and go receiver again. Honestly.
Well, I think the Steelers, because we've always done a good job finding guys late in the draft. We're definitely going to pick a receiver this year.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. No matter what.
And if we don't end up doing that for whatever reason, again, obviously free agency, it could be like one of those late pickups, which we always do. We always find a way to pick somebody up.
Yeah, maybe a decent veteran presence in there. That's someone that we don't really have outside of Juju, but he's still young. I think he's still like 23, 24 for his age. Maybe we go out and get a more experienced guy, maybe.
In fact, I'm going to check by position. Free agent wide receivers next year. Is it going to?
Yeah, while you do that, Mitchell, just at Cold Steel, do you think a few years is plenty of time to develop players? I do. But I will say it depends on the situation as well. If you got, like, for instance, you got Ben Roethlisberger and Mason Rudolph, if Ben isn't, clicking with this guy and he doesn't want to help him, then that could become a problem and kind of throw off his growth, just from not being able to get that leadership experience taught to him and stuff like that.
Right.
In addition to, when you look at Mason, for instance, yeah, he's had a couple games under his belt, but I wouldn't call it significant enough to really know, what he's fully capable of. I am confident in saying I think he's a backup, though, at this point.
Oh, he's totally a backup.
Yeah.
But, he could come out next season if the Steelers, for whatever reason, decide to make him the guy. He could come out and ball on us. We don't know.
Yeah, real shit. I just searched up wide receivers that are going to be free agents next year. It is a truckload, bro. We're talking Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Devontae Adams, Will Fuller, Jamison Crowder, T.Y. Hilton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Emmanuel Sanders, A.J. Green, Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, Antonio Brown.
Jeez.
There's plenty more great depth pieces, too.
Oh, you better start queuing sign Antonio Brown, Mr. I faked my Vax card. Which I still can't believe he actually did that.
Side note, I do miss Antonio Brown.
I do too. I miss Antonio Brown, the player, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Not this stuff we've been seeing in the news the last few years.
That was my favorite fucking player, bro. Wow.
Yeah, it freaking sucks, man.
That hurts me deep.
Yeah, honestly, no. I don't think any player in NFL history will ever have the reign he had ever again.
Yo, could you imagine? And I know this is gonna sound wild. I'm just playing hypothetical right here. The Steelers signing Adams and then getting Rodgers.
I think Adams goes where Rodgers goes.
I'm just saying, man. That
are you sure? Are you sure? Because I remember early in the offseason, Derek Carr kind of hinted about.
He's not going back to Derek Carr.
Are you sure?
I know the Raiders need a number one receiver, but I don't think Adams will leave Rodgers.
Okay, but he's familiar with Derek Carr back to their college.
Okay, but he's better with Rodgers.
Yeah, and what if the Steelers sign Derek Carr as a backup?
What the fuck is this, man?
Yeah, he'll be just like his brother.
His brother, David, yeah. Jesus.
A starter turned backup.
Everyone's saying, talking about Bush, saying, do you think we should draft middle linebacker?
Well, speaking of Bush, there was somebody in my chat and someone in somebody else's chat tonight said that the Steelers declined his fifth-year option.
I don't think they can make that type of decision this late into the season. That's more of an off-season thing.
That's what I was thinking. So I don't know where this rumor started, but people are definitely spreading that.
I think that dude who posted it on Twitter is just fishing for clicks because.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Because honestly, if that was to be true, I would say that's a mistake. I know everyone's hating Bush right now, and we're all been piling up on him lately, but I think that's way too soon to make that kind of decision right now.
Yeah.
I do. I honestly do. I think Bush can turn it around. I don't know what's going on this season. We've heard so many excuses, so many opinions, even from Williams himself, saying that the injury's playing a mental issue with him. But I don't know. I feel like an off season could get him back on track.
I believe I'll give him one more chance because.
Oh yeah, I mean,
honestly, he wasn't that bad today. Of course, he still made some mistakes. He ran into his own teammate in the beginning of the game, which
he was quiet from my standards today. I didn't see him much. So, one thing I've learned real quick about guys like Dupree or Edmonds is Rome wasn't built in a day. So,
no, you're right. You're right.
For sure.
So
it's true.
I'll give him one more chance.
I mean, it's his last. It could be his last season in Pittsburgh. His final year on his rookie contract. We have the option to pick up his fifth-year option, obviously. It's a big year for him. I like to think he turns it around. I still think, after everything, think Bush has a lot of potential.
Well, in that aspect, they would have to make that decision if they want to exercise his fifth-year option before the season.
Well, I know
happens.
that. I know
so
that.
What I'm getting to is the Steelers need to do their real good research and really dig deep in talks with Bush to understand what the fuck is the problem. Like, we traded up 10 spots for you, top 10. We know what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. You're being lazy. What's the problem? That's what they got.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows? Maybe they are having those conversations, and who knows? I mean, I really can't.
Because it's not like Bush is unathletic or he doesn't have the speed. He clearly does. He's not using it.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We've seen it.
So, like, why isn't he using it?
In fact, before he went down last season, we were seeing plenty of that.
Yeah.
You know, Bush was on par for having a massive season last year.
Yeah, it was.
Prior to that injury. So
Mitchell Green says, Coach Steele, do you think the Steelers are going to bring back Tuitt this year?
See, that's hard. That's a hard question for me because I'm such a Tuitt fanboy.
Right.
Although I was very harsh on him on the last episode of my podcast, but I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that was off. Yeah, I kind of, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I kind of gave some criticism, telling him, you know, it's time to play the game for his brother, get out there on the field and help this team at this point, you know, because all of us go through losses.
Yeah.
And me specifically, I lost two people that I was very close to within a week.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like as much as I feel for him, not having him on the field has hurt us very badly.
Right. And we'll say it. Now, we don't like putting our shit out there too much into the air, but we've dealt with something very similar to what Tuitt dealt with years ago.
Yes.
It's coming on 5 years now.
Yeah.
Come May. So we know what Bush is going through. It's unexpected.
You mean Tuitt?
What'd I say?
You said Bush.
Oh, Bush. Yeah, fuck Bush. Tuitt. No, but we
No, it's not a good feeling.
we know where he's coming from.
It's not a good feeling. It sucks.
I read something on Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram, which I'm rarely on, by the way. I saw someone on Instagram that he is medically cleared to go, apparently, according to Dale Lowry, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
yeah.
It's just he's still hurting from the loss of his brother.
He's not there mentally.
So, like, he's there physically, like, he's ready to go medically, but he's not all there yet. His head's not in the game. And, you know, there are things a lot more important than football.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, I get that, and I explained that in my podcast because I knew, you know, that's a touchy subject, but I just think back, you know, I lost my uncle, and I won't get into details. I lost both of them in the same week. And two different situations. One of them, of course, was pretty much more like a brother to me than an uncle. And you guys know how that day went. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But long story short, by the time his funeral rolled around, at the time I was doing my graphic design stuff, and that's when I just finally started getting success. And instead of just, you know, sitting around and stuff, I decided, even on the day of the funeral that night, I ended up working because what I was working with was something that he took a lot of pride in me doing. You know, he was very proud of me for what I was doing in that situation. And I used that as motivation to continue improving what I was working on. And I found a lot of success because of that. And that is really the point that I was trying to get across with the whole Tuitt thing.
Right.
Is go out there, play for your brother, man. And in addition to that, you're going to be, you know, making the fan base happy because we need you back on the field. That position is just so thin right now.
Very thin. Now, props to Monty.
And is it being a little selfish? Absolutely. I admit that. But
we all have that feeling for sure. Like, just get on the field. You know, we need you. But there are things greater than football, for sure. More important, rather. But speaking of, you know, the fact that the position is so weak right now, Shout out to Montravius Adams, who was just signed this past week off the Saints practice squad. He did very well.
He was
today.
impressive today, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of guys that just came up from the practice squad were Montravius Adams, John LeGlue stepped up when they needed to today, so props to them.
Yeah, they did.
But also, Carlos Davis was activated off of IR yesterday. He didn't play today. I don't know if he'll play Thursday, but Carlos Davis, who we've been missing pretty much all year, has been activated. So that's much needed D-line depth. He'll be the starter, but I don't know when he'll play. So when Tomlin said that changes won't be drastic, he wasn't kidding, but this is something we need. We need somewhat fresh faces. We needed Davis back healthy. Hopefully he can stay healthy. We needed someone different on the line because the guys we already had weren't working. In fact, Isaiah Buggs has been healthy and active the last 2 weeks, and he's supposed to be the starter, and he's not hurt. So it's like
I don't think he's hurt.
No, he's not. He's not on the injury list. He's not on the injury report.
See Richard just made a good comment. I don't mean to cut you off, but he said everyone deals with grief differently, and I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
And I want to make that clear. A little of this is me being selfish. I admit it, bro. I'm being selfish, and you two know more than anybody. Tuitt is literally probably one of my outside of Watt, obviously.
Right.
Tuitt's one of my favorite players.
No, he's
and just him not being because of that unfortunate situation, not seeing him on the field, it sucks for me personally. But and of course I do. I hope he's going to be doing fine, and mentally he's going to be okay.
Yeah. I just don't think he'll be back this year, to be real with you.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, I think it's a little too late. I just think right now Tuitt just needs to take care of himself mentally and just hopefully next year, he's
get back on track.
He's in a better state of mind.
Right.
Next season.
Jay Underrated says, I like Tuitt, but you could trade him for a high pick and replace him with someone in the draft. The problem with that is the depth we have fucking sucks.
And by high pick, I don't know what that means. I mean, you can look at the Antonio Brown trade, for instance. The Steelers don't normally trade players for high picks. I don't remember the last time that's happened.
Shit.
No.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up, but
hell, the highest
just off of recent memory, like Ingram, look how that went.
Yeah. Or,
so I mean,
the highest draft pick we got from any player that I can think of right now was somehow, some way, we got a third rounder from Martavis Bryant. That's it.
That is actually crazy.
And that
was a massive steal.
And that pick would eventually become Mason Rudolph. But anyway.
Yeah. Our savior.
While the Brown trade, that turned.
Is that thumbnail still up on the channel?
Yeah, it still is, actually. Great thumbnail, by the way.
Yeah.
We gotta frame that shit, man.
Our savior.
Speaking of frame, how's that frame coming?
I haven't got on. I gotta get on that tomorrow for you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna change.
Admittedly,
I'm gonna change the background a little bit because you guys can see up here, it's got Ben, Claypool, Watt, Juju, right? I'm not necessarily going to replace it. I'm going to cover it, and I think you guys are going to like it.
Yeah.
But I also want to get this guy's specific jersey up there, too. But I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put it. I don't want to take down Blunt. Don't want to take down my boy Ward, so I got to figure out where to put him.
Yeah, you don't take down the Ward.
No, that's my guy. That's my favorite Steeler of all time. He better get in the
Why
Hall
you
of
looking
Fame
at me?
this
What I do? Oh, I said it was Ward.
Yeah. She likes Ward,
she's
too.
saying you better. Your sister said you better not take that down.
I'm not. That's my favorite Steeler of all time.
That's her favorite Steeler player of all. In fact, she was wearing his jersey.
Yeah, see? She likes Ward. She met Ward.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She also met Le'Veon Bell, and I should tell Chad about that story because it was hilarious.
Oh, God.
She totally fangirled, man. It was so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Le'Veon Bell's like, he was shocked. He was legitimately shocked. He's like, "Are you?" Yeah, he did say that. Are you gonna cry?
Oh my God!
He totally was crying
over a rookie.
Over Le'Veon Bell.
Wow. Oh, the Steelers posted on Twitter half hour ago. Said Big Ben led us to a game-winning drive for the 51st time in his career, which is tied with Tom Brady for third most in NFL history.
Wow.
And
I did not know that.
And Bob Pomfini says Steelers have 6 wins this year. 5 of them came on game-winning drives by Ben Roethlisberger, even with his reduced mobility and very weak offensive line.
Listen, stop trying to make me like Ben, goddammit.
I'm not. I'm just.
These are tweets.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just posting what I've seen on Twitter.
I'm in too deep anyways, bro. I'm way in too deep with my Ben Roethlisberger takes. I would look like an idiot if I came out and changed my tune at this point. I mean, I've been blocked by the guy. I've said so many different – I've made many videos that aren't even on the channel anymore because they were on the previous YouTube channel. But, man.
I'm not trying to change your tune about Ben, nor should you. But I think that's it's just – that goes to show you the type of season this is, which translates to this game versus the Ravens, is that this season and the rest of the season for sure is going to be an up and down ride. This is the last of Ben, and go figure it would be like this because this is kind of how Ben's career has gone.
It has.
It's just oddly, it's poetic. That's the best way I can put it. You can agree with me or you cannot agree with me. I think it's just a poetic way the season's going.
I get it.
I don't know, man.
I'm just here for the ride.
Of course. And
I'm here for the ride.
It's the last ride, man.
We will remain on the ride until, it's over, until he hits Canton in 5 years.
By the way, I got to mention this, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, and I'm excited. Man, I finally hit 2K on YouTube.
Yeah, you did. Holy shit.
It's starting to hit me, man. I honestly didn't expect that to happen until the end of the year, but here we are.
I was going to say KS2K, but that doesn't sound cool.
KS2K. Sounds like a freaking boy band from the 90s. KS2K. Nah, but I'll talk more about that tomorrow and celebrate it with everybody in my chat.
2 fucking K subscribers, bro. It's about time.
Huge congratulations to you, man.
About time, man. Oh, man, and you know what's crazy? I was ready to close up shop at some point. Yeah. I was really down, but...
That's okay, man. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad!
Hey, Dad.
You're my dad.
Cannon's in the house. What's going on, Cannon?
You're my dad.
Said I wouldn't mind Minshew. What do you guys think about Minshew?
I was impressed by him today. And it wasn't
Not gonna lie.
It wasn't just his way on the field, okay? It was more so his awareness on the field. Specifically. His surroundings, the way he's just so intelligent, as a matter of fact. No, he's not starter quality, but I would gladly bring in Minshew as a number 2, if the opportunity comes to it.
I think I would too. I don't think he's starter quality. I don't think he's a franchise guy. Obviously, he's not that by any means. But as a gap guy, because unless the Steelers make an aggressive move at quarterback, whoever that is anybody's guess. But I at the same time, I can see the Steelers take a cheap gap guy, and that could be Minshew.
Going to Minshew, honestly, would just be an upgraded version of Duck Hodges.
Damn.
And I only say that just because of his charisma.
We don't need that. We don't need that. The only thing that was good about Duck Hodges was the nickname they gave him.
Yep.
Which, honestly, I don't see how that fits with Pittsburgh, but, I mean, they made it work, so.
Well, the Three Rivers,
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know, man.
It's a great duck caller.
Duck in the Steel City that just doesn't really match to me, but
no.
Doesn't a rubber duck float through the water?
Yeah, and how crazy is that? I just saw somebody put the 2 names next to each other, Duck and Rudolph. I mean, could we pick the worst names for quarterbacks? Honestly.
I mean, we stuck with those in 2019, so.
The only thing that would have made that even crazier is if we had a third quarterback named Giraffe, just to make it fit even better. I don't know.
That'd be hilarious.
Or Donkey, yeah. Donkey drops back.
Donkey.
Hey, Donkey. Well, I think I'm going to get off here for the night. It is, 5 minutes to 12.
5 minutes till the
5 minutes to 12.
Harbor, man. That's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
That is nuts. But my old ass needs to get some sleep so I can wake up and celebrate not only the Steelers win, but Pitt winning the championship game, the ACC. What a weekend. What a freaking weekend.
What an absolute weekend for Pittsburgh sports.
I have no complaints.
No, hell of a way to end it off with one of the best rivalries in football. But
it's a great early Christmas present, I'd say.
Yes,
yeah, what a game.
But I think we're going to get out as well. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours, which is nuts. But, I think I'm ready to call it a night. Head to bed, chill, and, get up in the morning and be excited that it's Victory Monday. So.
And get ready for Minnesota.
Sir. And get ready for Minnesota.
Because we are on to Minnesota.
That's nuts. It is a short week. I think this is our only Thursday night game of the season, too.
I think you're correct.
Yeah, so, but, hey, we got Minnesota coming up. But, hey, to all those that tuned in, that super chatted, that engaged, that commented, all that, and especially voted on the poll, which I don't know why that number keeps showing. 434 votes. Why does that number keep showing for me? I don't get it.
434.
Every time I look at something, 434 is showing. It's on a clock, on a scoreboard,
on your phone,
and like anything. 434 is always showing up, and I have no idea why. I have no idea. Someone's telling me something. I don't know what the hell it means, but I don't know.
Whenever I see 434, all I can think is CM Punk.
Exactly.
That's all I can think about, CM Punk.
Exactly. But we're going to get out, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great week until we hit up Thursday. We'll have the predictions out with the GT show. Shout out to GT, man. We'll have the predictions up, I think, tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday specifically. And then I think the preview will be up Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a short week.
It's a short week. It's going to be tight, but, hey, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
But
that's the live stream for everybody that tuned in, super chatted. Thank you very much.
Always beloved.
Means a lot.
Always beloved, man. Can't wait to do it on Thursday night where we'll be live after the game come Thursday night, man. Hopefully we get the win, man. We got to win today. It's a feel-good win. Let's build upon this, and hopefully this is the wake-up call of some sort. Is the simplest term I can think of right now. But
right.
Steelers got the dub. And in classic fashion, since it's Steelers-Ravens football. Gotta love it. I'll answer this question real quick. What do you think about this? Sign a veteran quarterback, then draft O-line first round and draft Malik Willis second. Willis is a raw prospect, but I think him sitting behind a vet for a year would help. I think that's exactly what he's going to need with Willis. I think he's too raw.
I agree. I mean, Malik Willis does have a lot of potential, but he is very raw. If you have him sit for a bit, then I think that could definitely benefit him in the NFL.
My only thing is, would Tomlin be open to developing a quarterback on the bench rather than, just having one step in? I don't know.
I think our quarterbacks that we've had develop have not turned out good.
Don't get me wrong. I like Willis. I just think he's a raw prospect. Doesn't mean I don't want to draft him, but I'm open to that. Picking up a veteran quarterback specifically rather than drafting O-line.
Yeah.
Totally up for that, but we're going to go out here, guys. You guys have a great rest of your night and a good week until we hit up Thursday. Hopefully, Steelers get the dub and make the week even better heading into a weekend where we don't have to worry about heart attacks for Sundays. So how about that? But you guys have a great rest of your night. Good week. Stay clean. Stay safe. Be good people, all that stuff. And see you guys in the preview, in the predictions, and, of course, in the recap come Thursday night. See you guys then, man.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!